So just to start, it's such a pleasure to be here. I would like to thank you very much, Leo and Axel, for organizing for the third edition Startup Angel. As I can see, it's very popular. There are more and more people. It's really great to see that. I also would like to thank Rentry for organizing and hosting this event one more time. And also thank you very much for being here, taking time on your busy schedule. So tonight, I'm going to talk about gigs in Cambodia and Startup Cambodia. I'm also going to talk about the Cambodian startup ecosystem because as a media, we are lucky to be in different kind of initiatives that are taken from you guys. So thank you a lot for taking this initiative and thank you for inviting us as media sponsor. I'm also to present to you my baby, Startup Cambodia, which is only 1 month old. It's a platform that is entirely dedicated to the startup ecosystem. And if you are asking yourself if you have a role to play on it, yes, you have. There is something for you in it, and I'm going to explain to you why. All right, so Geeks in Cambodia, first, it's a first dedicated media online, dedicated for technology. So we are releasing daily articles pertaining to technology, startup, and also we love success stories. And I've picked up my 3 favorite articles that I was lucky to contribute it to this month. The first one, the Cambodian Women in Tech 2018, is an initiative powered by the Minister of Post and Telecommunication to promote gender equality in Cambodia. I don't know if you know that, but the government is actually taking more and more initiatives to promote women empowerment in tech, especially for girls. As you may know now, there is the 4th edition of the STEM Festival happening right now in Olympic Stadium. So you definitely have to check this out. It's very interesting and it's closing tomorrow. Second article, I was very lucky to meet Chen Ritikol, who is founder of Doi Doi. I decided to interview him for 2 main reasons. The first one is that Doi Doi is not a tech startup, which is pretty rare in Cambodia, actually. Most of the startups that we have interviewed are really towards technology. And the second one, guess, he's 22 years old only. He started this company, he was 19. He's super young. This is this kind of story that we love because it can inspire the young generation who is very eager to develop something. The last one, it's an article that we are releasing every year. It's a digital statistic. As you may know, the digital landscape is booming and changing every day in Cambodia. And we have decided to release a statistic to give you some insight about how you should do marketing now in the digital on Facebook, Instagram. Instagram is rising now. There have been 500,000 more users in only 6 months. And influencer marketing is booming. So if you have any money to invest in and you want to leverage some different communities, I suggest you to have a look on Instagram. All right, now Startup Cambodia. Startup Cambodia is a project that we have decided to launch for one reason. We have gathered a lot of data. We have met a lot of people, and the community has given us a lot, and we thought it was fair enough to give back to the community. So this is a CSR project under the umbrella of Geeks in Cambodia, and the objectives are 3: hold, connect, inform, and support. I'm going to get back to that a little bit later. So now I really wanted to focus my presentation of the Cambodian startup ecosystem. What is it about? And I think the first question that we can ask ourselves now is, what is a startup ecosystem? I think it's pretty legitimate to ask. Obviously, there is the answer on the slide, but to make it short, a startup ecosystem is a place where different stakeholders they are going to interact with each other with one ambition, the ambition to create and to scale new startup companies. Okay, just have a look on this slide. So the ecosystem can be divided, segmented into different categories. Obviously, the startups are going to occupy the main place, where the different players are going to gravitate around the startup and interact at different development stage of the company. So we have the support provided by incubator, accelerators, working spaces. We have the service, all the legal, accounting, registration. What is important to register your company? One reason, if you are not registered, you cannot receive an investment. The funding, investors, business angel, VC, etc. And education, universities, NGO, school, and other education center. So now I just want to play a little game with you. Which one do you think is the most important for startup? Okay, let's raise your hand if you think it's support. Okay, play with me, guys. Please play with me. Raise your hand if you think it's support. If you think incubator, accelerators, co-working spaces are important. Raise your hand now. All right, thank you. Who you think service, accounting, registration is important? Raise your hand. Okay. More than support. Okay, I'm surprised. Funding, investors, VC. Who think is very important for startup? Okay, and last one, education. Okay, I think it's pretty equal. I'm gonna give you my personal views. For me, education. Why? Cambodia is a country where 50% of the population is below 25 years old. I can give you another number. 60% of the population is below 30 years old. Cambodia is a young country where there is a strong entrepreneurial mindset. Young people, they are very, very eager to start up. And I think that literally the future of the nation is in the hand of the young people. And I'm so happy to see so many initiatives that are taken by different stakeholders, but also the government, Minister of Post and Telecommunications. They have increasing the initiative to allow young people to do something, to raise awareness about them. There are other factors that are shaping the Cambodian startup ecosystem. For example, social impact. Social impact is very, very important. It's one of the biggest Cambodian forte. Why? NGOs are playing a very big role here in Cambodia. I've read that article that has been released a few months ago. Some experts, including Impact Hub, Phnom Penh, and all the people, they have said that the social impact is important. Cambodia is the second country in the world who has the most NGO per capita, and they have developed a lot of volunteering program where young people, they are doing volunteering job from 3 months to 1 year, and they have been able to develop soft skills such as English, so lowering the English barrier, to develop management skills, partnership seeking skills, and they decided to keep this social impact that they have learned inside this organization and put them into a new business plan and create a startup out of that. So now we can say that the Cambodian startup scene is very promising. There are a lot of stuff that are going on. Oh, sorry about that. Up. Yes. But we have noticed at GeeksinCambodia that there are still a lack of information that are accessible to aspiring entrepreneurs, meaning young people. And also there were a lack of identification and connection between all the stakeholders. I'm not saying that in Cambodia it's difficult to reach out to someone. It's actually pretty easy. But for someone who is not into the ecosystem, it's very difficult to identify. Let's take an example. In GeeksinCambodia, we are lucky to have a very large network, and we receive a lot of requests from investors abroad, not in Cambodia, to help them reach out to people in Cambodia. And this is happening a lot. So we have decided to create Startup Cambodia, which is a collaborative and online platform that is meant to answer these needs. So we have one resource platform where our goal is to, sorry, I'm running out of time. So very fast, resource center, we are trying to get content from different content creator, association, chamber of commerce. They give us the contact and we do the design and we put it on open data on the website. So this is some snapshot. You can check it out on the website. We also have the event calendar where we want to put all the events happening in Cambodia in only one place because it was annoying to jump from one web page to another web page. So everything here, and so you can go through the year and to see which event is the most suitable for you or for your business. And the last one is the Who's Who database. This is a database that is listing all the different stakeholders according to the categories that we have seen before in the ecosystem, with information about the company, the tags, so you can find a company depending on the sector it's working in, the location, and most importantly, the contact detail of the person in charge with the telephone number. So basically, what I want to tell you tonight is that there is something in need from you in this website. Everyone can register. It's free. If you have a business, you can register into this database. If you are an investor, you can register into this database. There are different ways of using it. If you want to launch a new program as an incubator, you can reach out to this startup working in this particular field. If you are a startup, aspiring entrepreneur, you want to create a startup in a particular sector, but you don't know actually about your competition, you can check if they are already startup, and you can create something with more value added. So this is an invitation to everyone, and I'm gonna to finish with that, and everyone can, yeah, let's participate and create something together. Thank you very much.
For your presentation. Anyway, I see the technology right now is really popular. Everyone just like go to technology because it's very convenient, just one click, right? So what I want to ask is that, so how about any other business that is not really access to the technology yet? Like they don't have any app or any access to technology. Should they go to find any like anything to relate to technology, or just go to ask geek, right? What can you have, or just do your business just offline, or no need to relate to the technology?
I think technology can be at different stage. You don't need to be a startup which is oriented toward technology, but you can use technology for certain things. As I mentioned before, all the startups are not tech-oriented. For example, Doi Doi. But if you have a website, if you have a Facebook page, we can register you. What we are not going to register is only concept ideas. People who actually, they only have an idea, but they don't have something visible, something accessible. But if you create a little landing page, a landing page is enough, we are going to register you, of course. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.